We live in a world that is constantly full of noise. From the moment we wake up, the phone rings, the notifications ping, people talk, traffic moves, the mind runs. There is no end to the outer and inner noise. But have we ever asked, why do we run away from silence? Why do we fear being alone? Have you ever simply sat without doing anything, without even thinking about what to do next? If you try it, you will see a strange thing. The mind immediately becomes uncomfortable. It starts creating thoughts, memories, plans, worries. We say we want peace, but when peace knocks, we hide from it. Isn't that strange? Real solitude is not just about going to the mountains or locking yourself in a room. That may be helpful, yes, but solitude is much deeper than that. It is not about running away from the world. It is about not running at all, not escaping, not chasing, just being where you are, with full awareness. But the question is, how can we be truly alone when the mind is always crowded with its past? How can we be in silence when the subconscious mind is full of noise? Let us look into this. What is the subconscious mind? It is a storehouse of all our past experiences, things we have seen, heard, felt, suffered. It is like a dark basement where we have thrown everything we did not want to face. Our fears, regrets, old anger, childhood wounds, broken relationships. And because we have not looked into them, they operate from the background, shaping our thoughts, emotions, and actions. A man who was once insulted by his father may grow up always needing respect. A woman who was betrayed may fear trust. These reactions come not from the present moment, but from the old unconscious layers. So unless the subconscious is understood and cleared, we can never be free, and solitude will remain just a nice idea. We can be alone in a forest, but still full of inner disturbance. Solitude begins when we dare to meet ourselves without masks, and silence is the space in which this meeting can happen. But how do we do that? What does it mean to stay in silence, not just physically but psychologically? You can try an experiment. Sit in your room, alone. Switch off your phone. Do not read, do not write, do not meditate in a mechanical way. Just sit and observe what the mind is doing. Do not judge it, do not control it. Just watch, like you would watch a river flowing. At first, the thoughts will come fast. The mind may bring worries about money, family, the future. It may remember your childhood, an old lover, or some guilt you forgot long ago. Do not fight it. Just observe. If you get lost in thought, gently come back and watch again. Slowly, slowly, something magical happens. The thoughts lose their power. The mind begins to quiet down, not because you forced it, but because you understood it. Silence is not the opposite of noise. Silence is the understanding of noise. That understanding is the beginning of solitude. Now someone may ask, what is the use of all this? I have a job, a family, responsibilities. I cannot sit all day watching thoughts. But that is not what is being said. Solitude is not separate from daily life. You can carry a silent mind into your work, into your relationships, into your everyday actions. When the mind is silent, it becomes clear. You begin to see people as they are, not as you want them to be. You begin to respond, not react. For example, if someone insults you, the old mind will immediately react. Anger will rise. You will say something harsh and regret it later. But if the mind is clear, you will see where their words are coming from. Maybe they are in pain. Maybe they are projecting their own suffering, and you remain untouched. This is not suppression. This is freedom. Solitude gives you the space to act without the noise of the past. But do we really want such freedom? Or do we enjoy our inner noise too much? This is a serious question, because sometimes without knowing, we feed our suffering. A man keeps remembering how his friend betrayed him. not because he wants to heal, but because it gives him a sense of identity. I am the one who was betrayed. It becomes a story, and stories give comfort, but they also keep you trapped. Solitude demands that we drop all stories, all identities, all roles. That is frightening. Because who are you when you are nobody? Can you face that emptiness? That emptiness is the door to real peace. But to enter it, you have to be alone, not just from others, but from the self you have built through time. In daily life, solitude can be practiced in small ways. Wake up early, before the world starts making demands. Sit in stillness, not to achieve something, but to be with yourself. Go for a walk, not with headphones, but with open eyes and ears. Observe the trees, the birds, the changing light. Let the world speak to you in its silent language. Silence is not dull, it is alive. It sings in the wind, in the rustling leaves, in the falling rain, but we miss it because we are always talking to ourselves. Even when we are with others, we are not really with them. We are with our own thoughts about them. Can you look at someone without judging, without naming, without bringing the past? Just look, just listen. That is solitude in relationship. And sometimes, being truly alone means saying no to things. No to toxic friendships, no to unnecessary entertainment, no to shallow conversations. This does not mean becoming cold or antisocial. It means valuing your inner space. You clean your house, don't you? Why not clean your inner room? Why allow junk to collect there? The more you value silence, the more you begin to see how much noise the world throws at you. Every advertisement, every post, every gossip, it pulls your mind outward. Solitude means reclaiming your energy, saying, "This moment belongs to me. I will not give it to anything that wastes it." But again, we must ask, who is the one that is seeking solitude? Is it the same mind that created the noise now trying to escape it? If the seeker is part of the noise, can it ever find silence? This is a subtle point. Real solitude is not achieved by effort. It is discovered when all effort ends. When the seeker sees that it is itself the problem. When you stop becoming, you start being. Being is silence. Being is solitude. Not something created, but something uncovered. In practical life, you can begin with awareness. Not discipline, not control, just awareness. While brushing your teeth, be there. While eating, eat with attention. Taste the food, smell it, chew it slowly. When walking, walk with full awareness of your body, your breath, the space around. This simple attentiveness is like light. It begins to show you the hidden corners of your mind. Old patterns, fears, voices from childhood, they begin to come up. Do not resist them. Look at them with compassion. Say, "Yes, I see you." In that seeing, something begins to release. You are no longer carrying the weight of unconscious memories. The subconscious becomes conscious, and in that clearing, silence begins to bloom. Not dead silence, but a living, vibrant stillness. Now you are alone, but not lonely. You are full, but empty. You carry silence like a fragrance. People feel it around you, even if you do not speak. And when you do speak, your words have power, not because they are loud, but because they come from clarity. Silence does not make you dull. It makes you sharp. You begin to see things others miss. You sense the undercurrent in people's words, the motive behind actions, the silent suffering behind a smile. And because you are free of your own noise, you can help others without getting lost in their storms. And let us not forget, solitude is not a goal, it is our natural state. A baby is born in silence. A flower blooms without noise. The stars shine without shouting. Only the human mind has forgotten how to be still. but the door is never closed. It waits for you every day. In every moment, you have a choice: rush or rest, escape or inquire, react or watch. The more you choose awareness, the more solitude becomes your friend. Not something to be forced, not a punishment, but a homecoming. So now ask yourself, can I spend even 10 minutes a day with myself, in full attention? Can I listen to the noise of my mind without getting involved? Can I sit in silence, not to achieve peace, but to meet what is? If you can, then you are already walking the path of inner freedom. And if you fall, no problem. Begin again. Solitude is always waiting, just behind your next breath.